right now. ABC22 News begins with your forecast first.
Good evening, everyone. Turning into a really lovely evening out there with temperatures falling back to the upper 50s and low 60s for most communities right now. We're at 58 in Saranac Lake, New York. Good evening to you there. 58 in Middlebury and sitting at 60 in Lebanon. Burlington and Plattsburgh just a little bit warmer, 65 degrees in Burlington right now. Clouds are clearing. Any showers we had out there today now pushing off to our east. Not a bother anymore. We'll continue to clear out tonight, and it does get chilly. Temperatures to begin your Wednesday in the low 40s for most communities, but sunshine. It's going to help us a little bit in the temperature department, the sun that is, but it does stay cool and fall-like for the rest of the week. We'll take a look at your full forecast. That's coming up on ABC22 News.
Says he's wiser than before.
And following a cool fall-like day, we do have more of that to come for the rest of the work week. We'll take a look at your full forecast up next.
You're watching ABC22 News at 7.
20th and 21st, 10 a.m. at Boyden Valley Winery in Cambridge. Music, wine tastings, chocolate samples, as Joe said, even a grape stomping contest. Very I Love Lucy. Special tours of the winery, too. Admission is $2 per adult. All proceeds, by the way, go to Camp Tecumseh.
Now, your Sky Tracker forecast with Chief Meteorologist Kerrin Jeromin.
Wine and chocolate involved, you will definitely not hear me complaining about some cooler weather. Now, it's definitely felt like fall despite the first day of fall actually not coming until next Monday. First day officially the 22nd, so we're not quite there, but it certainly felt like a hint of fall in the air. Temperatures have been running below average for the last several days, including today. We only reached the low to mid 60s. This time of year we should be a little closer to 70s, so didn't quite hit that. Just 65 today in Burlington, 60, that was it for you in Montpelier, and 63 in Lebanon. And we're going to actually fall toward the end of the week. Even cooler weather with many places not getting out of the 50s. Before we get there though, tomorrow similar numbers, mid 60s before we take that drop toward the end of the week. Weekend and beyond will recover a little closer to average. By Sunday we'll be back to the 70s, so just a little hint of fall. It's the official last week of summer. Hate to say that. Here's what it looks like right now in Brandon, 56 degrees, a partly cloudy sky, very pleasant evening taking shape, and the clouds and even spotty showers that were out there earlier today now clearing off to our east, and we're pretty heading for a problem-free night, just a little on the chilly side once again. Now, it's going to be chilly tomorrow, 60s, but as you saw, that little hint of the forecast, the end of the week gets even colder, and that's because of this cold front located to our northwest. Along that front, you'll see a band of showers and clouds. I think the rain is kind of going to fizzle, but we'll still get the effects, the cooler weather following that front for the end of the week. We'll head through tomorrow really problem-free. It's a chilly start in the low 40s for many of us, but sunshine rebounds us nicely into the 60s. That front will drop through Thursday morning, so that's when we'll see at least a ribbon of clouds, maybe a stray shower along that front, very few and far between. Otherwise, it's just about that shot of cooler weather for the finish of this work week. Tonight's temperatures will drop back into the low 40s in pretty much all communities, heading to 42 in Montpelier, 44 in Burlington and Plattsburgh, just 43 tonight in St. Johnsbury. Some of the higher elevations around the Adirondacks, maybe even pockets in the Northeast Kingdom, you'll fall into the 30s tonight with that clearing trend through morning. So that means it's a chilly but bright start to tomorrow. Sunshine helps us warm back into the 60s during the afternoon and early evening, with mid 60s for many of us. We're heading to 65 in Plattsburgh tomorrow, 66 in Burlington, 65 in Middlebury. Again, these numbers not too different from today. We'll see sunshine here across northern New York and northern Vermont, maybe some late day clouds filling in as that front gets closer. In southern sections of Vermont and New Hampshire, 66 for us in Rutland, 67 in Lebanon, and 68 for us in Springfield. Good deal of sunshine. Now tomorrow night we'll drop back to the low 40s, but there's that cooler batch of air, so a lot of us will struggle to get out of the 50s by day, and talking a widespread frost on Friday morning. So if you have some plants outside you want to protect, you'll want to do that before we reach, say, Thursday afternoon, so you can get outside and cover those up. And farmers take note as well. Could be some very cold numbers in the 20s across the Northeast Kingdom, enough to perhaps damage some crops. Over the weekend, we'll recover. Next round of rain comes in for the first day of fall on Monday. More forecast is always on mychamplainvalley.com, so click in there anytime. Check in the weather section. You'll find that regional forecast video breakdown. And we do try to do a 7-day for each of those regions, so you can check that out. Mike, over to you.
After losing one, Kerrin, for a final check of our weather.
All right, that is some great news there. Another check of the forecast for tomorrow. We'll see sunshine gradually giving way to clouds late in the day. We'll once again stay in the 60s. These numbers very similar to where we were today. Just a fair warning, if you're heading up in elevation to do some hiking, it's naturally colder, higher in elevation, so we'll stay in the low to mid 50s tomorrow with sun and late day clouds. But look at Thursday. A lot of the temperatures in the mountains will drop into the 40s and stay there with a brisk wind out of the northwest. It's going to feel more like the 30s, and a stray sprinkle is also possible on Thursday. For the rest of us, it's a cold start to your Friday. Low 30s means widespread frost, maybe even a hard freeze over some of the higher elevations, and we'll slowly recover into the weekend. Back to the low 70s Sunday. Lauren and Joe?
Inside Edition is next.